Every single rich, generous person today was once called a stingy man. In fact, early on in your career, being stingy is part of the financial equation. Stinginess is where you get capital. Generosity is where you spread influence. That is why a lot of rich people who are considered very generous right now, people who knew them early on in their career, will tell you that they were very stingy. In fact, one of the things that you can use to predict that a person will never become rich is if in their poverty stage, they are too generous. Being too generous in the stage of your poverty is one guarantee that you will never become rich. You can either be generous with your cash that you have, or you can be generous with your effort. Usually, being generous with your effort is not a big deal. It's not a problem. In fact, that will make you rich. But your cash, from the beginning, it is your capital. If you are too generous, you give away your cash, you are not going to become rich. So if you are a stingy person, don't judge yourself. You have to join my mailing list. It is for free. You have to join my mailing list. I share information with you for free. I also have a free book, okay? That is in my bio, that you can click on my bio and you can get this book for free. If you are stingy, don't judge yourself. It is part of the process. I have been stingy in my life, and that has allowed me to become generous. That has allowed me to be able to do giveaways, to give out my book for free, because that spreads influence. If you know a stingy person, please tag them in the comment section to let them know that you are very proud of them and that they are not doing everything. They are not doing anything wrong. Eventually, they are going to make you proud. So you have to keep your stingy friends very, very close to yourself, because your stingy friends right now, they are the future millionaires.
Adnan Sani, but it's something that I've always had conversation with my friends. I've told a few of my friends, you see, at a certain level, I could tell somebody is going to become very rich. Because you see, stingy people, they're usually very rich at some point. They may not be extremely wealthy, but they are likely going to have some level of financial comfort. Because you see, they know two things happen. First, they know that they have to plan their money. Everything that comes out from them is planned. They don't throw money around. And two, they know, of course, that they don't have a lot of goodwill. So they plan for themselves. Sometimes generosity opens you up to some level of goodwill. People are going to, you've been giving to people. You have 100,000, you gave out 95,000. Sometimes when you need 1 million, you think that, normally, and that show of faith, believing that you are supposed to get because you are giving, will also put money in your pocket. Then the people you have given to somehow, you're able to reach out to a few persons and say, Alpha, hand, rub this spirit, Alpha. And so because you are generous. But you see, because the other group, they are stingy, they don't have who they give particularly. Even if that doesn't mean that stingy people do not have people they give, right? But they just that they don't give it so much. They don't pour it out. Just a few persons in the circle that get. They plan their life because they know that is what they have that they plan with. And so this analogy is very perfect. So it works. So you have to choose your side. Choose where you belong, right? And something that I said that is very profound is that at your barest state, at your poor state, if you are generous, now God will help you. There are times, everything about life is about times and seasons. You must understand them. And the Bible is, I think, in 2 Chronicles, where it was talking about children of Issachar. And it said the children of Issachar were men that have understanding of the times. So as a human being, one of the greatest gifts you have is to understand the times, understand the season, understand when to be stingy, understand when to give, understand when to be generous. Don't go and be generous with your capital. Like Gege used to say, you don't give out your capital. Invest your capital. It is from your profit you give out. I was trained by a dad that virtually lived his life for everybody, for families, for friends, and he gave out so much. Thank God that goodwill has come to help us. But at some point, it was going to hurt us. The goodwill of his investment have come to help us. I don't know, sometimes we get huge favor by the grace of God. But we went through a whole lot in a particular times. A few persons that he helped to send to school, at his demise, did not move a muscle. Right? So, but we had to go through all of that. I've learned from that, actually. And then I too have, that affected me. I also saw myself doing too much. But at some point, I told myself, no. right? And sometimes I forget, but because of again, I saw him do all of this. So it's very important for you to know when to give, when to not give. Like me, they call you stingy. At some point in your life, you are just going to be very careful. You know that you are not ripe. Just like how God told um, Joseph and Mary to take Jesus Christ, and there are times when to hide your pocket, hide your bank account, keep your money safe. There are times like that, very importantly, right? I'll catch you another time. Bye for now.